All right, so this is the Slicer software. I'm going to show you how to upload files to Slicer software. This is Cura. You could download this stuff at home. We're doing in class. We're going to do the regular Creality Ender Series 1, but it's all the same. It's Slicer software. It takes your 3D prints and it slices them into printable things. So we're going to import a STL file. Well, first we're going to uh, you know grab an STL file, import an STL file, show you what could happen. I'll show you some stuff about the Thingiverse, where to get pre-prints, but we have prints, so we're just going to use our own stuff, but I don't know, maybe after, we'll see. All right, so I'm in a Fusion drawing, right? I added a little bit to the wrench that we made a couple weeks ago. Um, just, just so you guys know, to make an ellipse, remember, like just reading the diagram, we went back to the middle point and ellipse, minor axis, major axis, that was 90. Some of these ellipses are only half as big as they should be in some of yours, so just redo it before you do it so it looks like this. All right, so then we have this, right? We're going to go to File, Export, and then we want to export it as an STL file. So, STL. It's going to go to my downloads. I've done it before just to double check. I'm going to export it again, right? So that's exporting. It's the same as like the file type. Sometimes we export things as PNGs or PDFs. This is so it can read G code. G's for geometric, and it just gives, the X, Y, and Z, or X, Y, and Z coordinates. So X and Y is standard two-dimensional, just like we've always been doing in AutoCAD in the beginning of the year. The 2D planes, X is across, Y to the sky. But then when we add another one, it goes to 3 dimensions. I'm going to pause, come back when this is done. Oh, it's already done. All right, so now that we have that, um, we're going to go into Cura. We're going to open um, from disk. Let me find out where to save to. All right, so it looks like I have this file. Let's see if I just open it. Oh, no, it's not the file I want. No, I already do this. Yes. So that's the setup. Um, where did my thing export to? Ooh, that happens sometimes, right? Let's go export again. STL. Oh, so if we look at it went into C drive, Learn Fusion, 90-minute resources. I guess I started a folder for all the Fusion stuff. All right, so that's where I gotta go find it. So from disk, oof. Was it documents? Yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna. When in doubt, this is not organized, but we're gonna export it to our. Where's this file path? All right, downloads. Oh, it's in Learn. All right, it's in downloads. It's in Learn Fusion. All right. From disk, in downloads, Learn Fusion, bathroom pass. Okay. All right. By default, it should place it in the center, which it did. Um, Click on it. I can move it. Right click, center. It's already centered. Um, I can move it around if I wanted to. So then we got move, drag it, writing coordinates. We got scale. We're not going to do that because we want exact stuff. So if your thing, you could obviously don't do this, but you can like say it was better upside down. See how that's making that red stuff? That means it's going to print like extra things, right, to hold it up. Same thing as all that red stuff. It would print extra to like a 3D object. If there was like an overhang or something. So when it shows red, it's going to have extra material to make it. So sometimes you might want to rotate yours just to you can mirror it. You could support different things. So this is just a basic here, right? And then we have our basic uh, print properties. This is where it says what thing we're on. This one, if you want to do another file, this clicks it, makes everything live. Um, it looks pretty good so far. We're gonna hit slice. All right, so just in general, this when I click on my nozzle, I mean, we all have the printers in our rooms. We could look at the documentation, but for these enders, it's the standard. And then PLA is the type of plastic. There's like resin. There's different types of um, filament. If you know specifically, you could change it, but we're using PLA, so you can keep that. Um, I clicked on standard quality, and then I did the drop down um, for print settings. So some different things. I already highlighted the infill. Infill is Infill is the amount of stuff inside of it. You can change the density of the things inside. Um, and it'll show you at 50 how long the job's going to take. It would be like a 5-hour job. Um, so depending, on what we're printing, the more material, the more thicker it is. The infill type, these are the different things the patterns inside, right? And then it shows us about how, so you can see the time difference with the different material, printing temperature, build plate. These are all pretty common, pretty standard. Like I said, we're gonna make another video just documentation and stuff and where to find resources on what you're printing. The other thing is the support. Like I showed and before, if it turns red a little bit, it needs supports. You're gonna have to turn those manually on, and then we'll see that a little bit later. But this is pretty much the thing: the slice, the save to disk, how long your job's gonna take. For most of our prints, since if we're drawing them, we're going to keep everything the same because we're doing you know, exact measurements to a certain scale. All right. So, all right. So some other stuff. We got our object, standard view, side view, top view, right view, left view. Right. So this is where we would be in our thing, and then the last thing we'll do is save to disk or save to library. And we could also preview what it's going to look like in each mode. All right, then we got some recommended settings that we could turn on, right? And then like I did before, we went to our customs. I don't have it connected right now. It's at school. And that would be our preview. All right. So this is the first step. What do we go over? Making sure our dimensions are right, exporting, making our STL file. Then we grab our STL. Um, you can see the X-ray view, the layers view, how long our job's going to take. We can go back and change the recommended settings. Uh, these are just for the lines that we put in all the different types of things that we're going to use. So that's pretty much it uh, for this part of it. And then we'll do another video with how to get it onto the SD card and then put it into the Ender itself.